In this video, I'm going to paint in some additional height detail to add this kind of melted plastic look on the handle. So from the side, it looks like this. From the front, it looks like this. So to do that, I am going to come into my handle height details folder. I'm going to create another fill layer. Again, I'm just going to have height, and I'm going to start with it being raised. And I'm going to name this melted detail 1, and right click and add black mask. And now I'm going to choose an alpha to kind of create the overall base of that melted look. And I'm going to start with this brush paint alpha, and I'm going to rotate it around and can start kind of just coming in, and I can drag some, and I can do a combination of dragging and just stamping to get some slightly different kinds of texture along that, so that I've got something that looks basically like this. Can then add in a little bit more if I want. I can kind of make that brush smaller, add in some additional just kind of detail along the edges. Just to get kind of that base feel of the raised part. And I can then go in and adjust my height if I want it to look a little bit more raised. Something like that is good. Then there's all these smaller lines on here. So I'm going to create another fill layer. Again, just have height turned on, have it be indented a little bit on this one, and call this melted detail 2. Right click, add black mask, and start using a bunch of these different alphas on my brush to create some of that indented detail. So for instance, if I choose this alpha, rotate it around, make it a little bit bigger, I can kind of come in and start painting in some of those kind of more indented, distressed lines. And again, I'm using Control and right mouse button, moving my cursor sideways to make the brush size bigger and smaller. And I've got something that looks like this. And if I just want to add a few more little blobs on there, I can create another fill layer and again just do height. And right click, add black mask. and come in. I'm going to choose one of these kind of more painty brushes and just add a few more little areas of raised detail. And then if I want to, there's a few little lines here that are a little too even. That's on this, so I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to go in and have those erase those out. Like that. Alright, so I now have some of that more blobby information in there. I can then go around and play with the different height details to the height levels to get it feeling correct. So I think I'm going to bring this one down a little bit. Alright, so I've got something that looks like that. I think right along the edge of this one I want it to be not so smooth, so I'm going to go back to that one, and again I'm going to grab this brush and just kind of make that a little less smooth. Something that looks like that. Alright, so now the height detail is all done on my grip and my handle. So in the next video I'll actually start painting in additional details for the texture.